Hi loves, welcome to today's journal session series, episode 43. This is an interactive series where we journal together and I offer you time and space to read out your answers. In this session, we're focusing on unfiltered journaling, giving yourself the freedom to express whatever's on your heart without judgment. These prompts are designed to help you process emotions, acknowledge what's been weighing on you, and let go of anything that no longer serves you. This is your moment to be completely honest with yourself, to pour your thoughts onto the page, and to find clarity in the process. So take a deep breath, grab your journal, and let's begin. So question number 1, what emotions have been sitting heavy on your heart lately? Pause the video or audio here to write your answer. Sometimes we move through our days carrying emotions that we don't even fully acknowledge or process, so it can be stress, sadness, frustration, or even just a mix of feelings that we can't quite put into words, and that usually leads to suppressing them and just telling yourself that you'll deal with them later. But the weight of unprocessed emotions doesn't just go away, and it does linger and affect how you feel, think, and even interact in the world. So this prompt is about giving those emotions a voice instead of ignoring them and bringing them to the surface. You don't necessarily have to fix anything in this moment, but you just have to name what it is that you're feeling, because sometimes the simple act of saying this is how I feel is the first step toward healing. Number 2, what's something that you've been afraid to admit even to yourself? Pause the video or audio here to write your answer. We all have thoughts and emotions that we shy away from, and things that we're afraid to acknowledge because they might feel too overwhelming, too messy, or too painful. But ignoring something doesn't make it disappear. It just stays in the background, quietly affecting our choices and our energy. So this is your chance to be completely honest with yourself without fear or judgment. It might feel a little uncomfortable, but sometimes acknowledging something is the very thing that sets us free. So question number 3, if your mind could speak freely without judgment, what would it say right now? Pause the video or audio here to write your answer. We often spend so much time filtering our thoughts, trying to be positive or strong, even when we don't feel that way. We hold back our true emotions, afraid of how they might sound or what they might reveal about us. But what if just for this moment you let your mind speak without fear? No judgment, no expectations, just raw, unfiltered truth. What does your inner voice want to say? Maybe it's something that you've been holding back for a long time. Maybe it's even something that you didn't realize you needed to express. So give your mind the space to be heard and know that whatever comes up is valid. Question number 4, what's one situation or thought that keeps replaying in your head? Write it out. Pause the video or audio here to write your answer. It's so funny how some thoughts just refuse to leave us alone, and they can circle back when we least expect it. For me, I know that's something that happens usually right before I go to sleep, and that's very common as well, or even in the middle of doing something or when you thought that you've moved on from it. But instead of fighting it, let's meet it where it is. So what's one thing that your mind keeps coming back to? I noticed that once I start writing these things out onto paper, it helps me to feel a huge release, and I feel so much lighter and so much better, opposed to when I just allow it to ruminate in my mind. And I love journaling as well because it's a judgment-free zone, so you don't have to worry about what it is that you're putting onto the paper. You can express yourself freely and allow yourself to release whatever it is that you're feeling. Question number 5, what do you need to forgive yourself for today? Pause the video or audio here to write your answer. Close your eyes for a second and imagine you're looking at yourself. Not in a mirror, but as an outsider, as a friend, as somebody who truly loves and cares for you. What would you say to that version of you? Would you still hold on to all the things that you've been blaming yourself for, or would you offer kindness? Because the truth is, you have done the best that you could with what you knew at the time, and that's more than enough. So whatever guilt, shame, or regret that you've been holding on to, breathe it in, and as you exhale, let it go. You deserve peace too. So for number 6, if you could say anything to somebody who hurt you without consequences, what would it be? Pause the video or audio here to write your answer. At times, we may have words that we never got to say. Words that we swallowed, words that we rehearsed but never spoke, words that still sit heavy in our chest. So right now, I want you to write them all down. Not to send, not to hold on to, but to finally release them from your body. So say every single thing that it is that you want to get off of your chest. Let it be honest, let it be messy, let it be angry. And when you're done, I want you to remember this. Their actions do not define you. So you're more than what happened to you, and you're healing, you're growing, and soon you'll look back and realize that their hold on you has disappeared. Now, on to number 7. How do you want to feel when you wake up tomorrow? Describe that feeling. Pause the video or audio here to write your answer. So picture that it's a new morning, the light is soft, the air feels fresh, and before you even open your eyes, there's this feeling that's deep inside of you, which is a steady peace. Imagine what that version of you looks like. What energy do you want to carry into the day? Is it calm? Is it excitement? Is it quiet confidence that no matter what happens, you'll handle it with grace? Write it all down and manifest it with your words, because what you focus on now has the power to shape your tomorrow. I love to go into each new day with positive intentions, and despite what may have happened the day before, I always try to give myself a nice clean slate and speak positivity and words of affirmation into each of my days. Now on to number 8, what's one thing weighing you down that you're ready to release? Pause the video or audio here to write your answer. So for this one, I want you to imagine standing on the shore of an endless ocean. In your hands, you're holding something heavy, something that no longer serves you, something that you've been carrying for far too long. Maybe it's an old version of yourself, maybe it's self-doubt, maybe it's a fear that you've outgrown. Whatever it is, you don't need it anymore. So with each word that you write, imagine dropping it into the water. Watch as the waves take it further and further away, and know that you are not that weight. You are free. Now on to number 9, write yourself a love letter as if you were comforting a friend in your position. Pause the video or audio here to write your answer. Imagine that your best friend is going through exactly what you're feeling right now. What would you tell them? You wouldn't criticize them, you wouldn't be hard on them, you would just remind them of their strength, their worth, and their resilience. So take that time and energy and turn it inward, because you are just as deserving of that love and compassion. So write to yourself the way that you would wish somebody would speak to you. Be soft, be kind, and let this be a reminder that you are worthy just as you are. And last but not least, question number 10, what is something that you're grateful for even in this moment of heaviness? Pause the video or audio here to write your answer. Right now, even in this exact moment, there is something to be grateful for. And gratitude doesn't erase pain, but it does remind us that even in the darkest nights, there's still stars. So allow whatever it is that you wrote to really ground you and keep that close to your heart. So that is all for today's session, my loves. This was just a quick little session to help you to release and to vent, take a deep breath, and just feel the weight that's been lifted, even if it's just a little bit. So whatever came up for you today, honor it and be proud of yourself for showing up, for making space for your thoughts and your emotions and your healing. Journaling isn't always about having all the answers. It's more so about giving yourself the space to explore, release, and grow. So remember that you're not your struggles, you're not your past. You are evolving, learning, and becoming more of who you're meant to be every single day, and that is extremely beautiful. So thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of your journey today, and I do hope that this session gave you clarity, comfort, or even just a moment of peace. If you ever need a reminder that you're not alone, come back to this space. I'll be right here. And until next time, take care of yourself, and you are worthy of love, of healing, joy, and I hope that you never forget that. So peace and much love.